So in our earlier two videos, I have discussed general introduction of a strategy, then what is strategy is all about, I told. Now I would like to just read out because it's the definitions. I rather just look into the definitions of strategies. Uh, as I said, I just mentioned in a previous video, Michael A. Porter was written a very good book called Competitive Advantage, which is the basis for the strategic management itself. So according to Michael A. Porter, strategy is a central vehicle for attaining certain competitive advantages. So according to him, strategy is a central vehicle for attaining competitive advantage. So that is what is basic idea. Competitive advantage is the ultimate aim of an organization. That is, competitive advantages which is arising out of various factors that nobody can compete with them. They have advantage, maybe due to the industries, maybe due to the superior technology, maybe due to the superior availability of raw material, maybe due to the superior location. So that competitive, ultimately the objective of strategy is to attain, it's a vehicle, it is a game plan to attain competitive advantage. Competitive advantage is that the company gets unique advantages over others so that it is always able to keep itself afloat in the market with competitive spirit. So that is what Michael E. Porter spoke about it. So then C.K. Prahalad, one of the management guru, he defined strategy is more than just fit and allocation of resources. It's stretch and leveraging of resources. So he talks in terms of just not allocation of resources. In economics, we talk about allocation of scarce resources among productive users. The resources are scarce, but once are unlimited, we have to judiciously allocate scarce resources among various competing alternative. But that is management. Strategy is stretching beyond that. It is stretch and leveraging the resources. Your resources has to be given advantages. Your resources should be able to give you the superior ability to outsmart your rivals. KSRTC bus, they can introduce any kind of technology because they have the quantity, they have the large volume, they have a learning curve, but others cannot do that. Private bus operators cannot do it, even though some private operators are efficient in other ways, but in terms of huge quantity, the large, they have a synergy. So that is how leveraging, taking advantage of your unique position. So that is how C.K. Prahalad is defined. Robert C. Chandler defined strategy as the determination of long-term goals and objectives of an enterprise, and the adaptation of courses of action and the allocation of resources necessary for carrying out these goals. So, according to him, you have to first set the goals. To achieve your long-term goals, you need to achieve your long-term goals, you need to strategize. So that is how Robert C. Chandler spoke about. He is talking in conventional terms, but of course, he mentioned the long-term. Long-term means it is a because the Justice Lindley once said, company, men may come or men may go, but I will go forever. So that is how company form of organizations. So when you talk about strategy, it is related to corporate form of organization, which is going to stay for the longer time period. So that is Robert C. Chandler. Then Kenneth Andrews he defined strategy is the pattern of major objectives, purposes or goals, and essential policies or plans for achieving the goals, stated in such a way that as to define what business the company is in or is to be in, and kind of company it is or is to be. The definition of strategy emphasizes on purpose and the means by which purpose will be achieved. It also emphasizes on the values and the cultures that the company stand for. Now, here what kind of company we want to be. When we start a business, the businessman must think what is our goal, whether it's a company just to survive or the company which is grow and also become a leader in the segment. So that is how the company, when you look about the Narayana Murthy's, Infosys, they had nothing. They had brilliant ideas because the people are from technological background. The six people together from IIT graduates, they did a wonderful job in pooling the resources and making the company the perennial company at that point in time when people never thought that line. So they had that vision that their company is going to be professionally managed. Their core competency is the manpower, human resources. You talk about the big companies like Tata companies and other companies where they have fleets of cars. In their balance sheet, if you look at the fleets of they have their own fleet of airways. They have aircrafts, but whereas Infosys, they have only some beautiful building and the tall height people with higher mental ability. They don't compromise on their quality. They want only the people. So that is how but they have international eminence. They have presence. It's a global company from a very small Indian perspective, from a small village. People from a small village. Narayana Murthy is from Hubli. He has dreamt of a company which has got a global presence. So that is how the vision of the company's founder is important here. That's what it defines there. Then, according to Glueck, strategy is unified, comprehensive, and integrated plan that relates the strategic advantage of the firm to the challenges of the environment, and it's designed to ensure that the basic objectives of the enterprise are achieved through proper implementation process. So